Practical English Stories, From Shy to Confident, A Journey of Language, Growth, and Transformation. Welcome to Practical English Stories. Today, I'm excited to take you on an inspiring journey, a story about how learning English transformed a shy, hesitant individual into a confident and empowered communicator. This isn't just a tale about mastering a language. It's about resilience, self-discovery, and the incredible power of connection through words. It's about the challenges faced, the triumphs celebrated, and the lessons learned along the way. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into this remarkable journey together. The beginning. A world of uncertainty. Growing up in a small town in India, I was surrounded by the comforting sounds of my native language. Life was simple, and communication felt effortless. But when I started school, I was introduced to a new reality: English. At first, I was captivated by its rhythm and melody. It sounded so different from what I was used to, and I was intrigued. However, I soon realized that learning English would be no easy feat. My parents encouraged me to learn, believing it would open doors to better opportunities in the future. They saw English as a key to a brighter tomorrow, and though I didn't fully understand it at the time, I trusted their guidance. Little did I know this journey would not only shape my career, but also teach me invaluable lessons about perseverance, self-belief, and the power of stepping out of my comfort zone. My first formal exposure to English was in school. I remember sitting in the classroom, wide-eyed and anxious, as the teacher spoke almost entirely in English. Her words flowed smoothly, but to me they felt like an alien language. I struggled to keep up, my notes filled with jumbled words and half-understood phrases. The vocabulary seemed endless, and I often felt overwhelmed, like I was trying to navigate a dense forest without a map. As the weeks passed, my frustration grew. My classmates seemed to grasp the language effortlessly, while I lagged behind. My confidence dwindled, and I began to dread speaking in class. I would rehearse answers in my head, only to freeze when called upon. The fear of mispronouncing a word or making a grammatical error paralyzed me. This fear, combined with my limited vocabulary, created a vicious cycle that made me withdraw from speaking opportunities. Outside the classroom, the challenges continued. My friends predominantly spoke Hindi, and whenever I attempted to join conversations in English, they would tease me about my accent or my vocabulary mistakes. Their laughter, though not meant to be cruel, stung. I began to feel isolated, as if I were standing on one side of a glass wall, watching others communicate effortlessly, while I remained trapped on the other side. The joy I once felt at the thought of learning English was replaced by anxiety and self-doubt. The turning point. Taking control. Despite my struggles, I knew I couldn't give up. One day after a particularly challenging class, I sat under a tree in the schoolyard, reflecting on my journey. That's when I made a decision. I would take control of my learning. I realized that the only way to break through the barriers I faced was to immerse myself in the language. This revelation marked a turning point in my story. I started small, setting achievable goals. Every day, I would learn 5 new words, writing them down in a notebook along with their meanings. I practiced using them in sentences, and slowly but surely, the words began to feel less intimidating. I also discovered the world of English literature. Children's books became my best friends. Their simple stories and colorful illustrations made the language come alive. As I read, I sounded out the words, gaining confidence in my pronunciation. These books transported me to different worlds while also strengthening my grasp of the language. To complement my reading, I started watching English movies and TV shows. At first, I relied on subtitles in my native language, but as my confidence grew, I switched to English subtitles. I was fascinated by the dialogues and expressions of the characters. Their emotions and actions helped me understand the context of the language, making it easier to remember new phrases. I laughed and cried along with them, immersing myself in their stories while simultaneously honing my language skills. The power of practice, stepping out of my comfort zone. As I delved deeper into the English language, I realized that the key to improvement lay in practice. I sought out opportunities to speak English whenever possible. I joined a local English-speaking club where I met individuals from different backgrounds. Initially, I felt apprehensive about speaking in front of others, but the supportive environment encouraged me to express myself. I remember my first meeting. My heart raced as I introduced myself. Despite my nervousness, the applause and encouragement from the group were invigorating. It pushed me to keep trying. Through these interactions, I learned that making mistakes was part of the learning process. Everyone in the group was there to improve, just like me, and we all supported one another. As I practiced speaking, I found that I could express my thoughts more freely. My pronunciation improved, and I began to engage in discussions on various topics. The fear that once held me back slowly transformed into excitement. I was becoming a part of the English-speaking community, and it felt incredible. College years, a new chapter of growth. With my newfound confidence, I entered college ready to take on new challenges. The transition wasn't easy. Lectures were fast-paced and the material was complex, but I was determined to keep growing. I formed study groups with peers, joined the drama club, and even participated in a public speaking competition. Each experience pushed me out of my comfort zone and helped me grow as a communicator. One of the most transformative experiences was my internship at a multinational company. I had to communicate with clients and colleagues in English, and it was intimidating at first. But I prepared thoroughly for every meeting and presentation. Over time, I gained confidence in my ability to articulate my thoughts clearly and professionally. Reflections and future aspirations. Looking back, I'm amazed at how far I've come. What once felt like an insurmountable challenge has become a source of empowerment. English is no longer just a language to me. It's a bridge to new opportunities, connections, and self-discovery. My journey has taught me the value of resilience, curiosity, and the importance of stepping out of my comfort zone. As I continue to grow, I'm excited about the future. I've set new goals for myself, from refining my writing skills to exploring opportunities for cultural immersion. I'm also passionate about giving back, helping others on their language learning journeys through workshops and mentorship. Chapter 4. Conclusion. The power of language. In conclusion, my journey of learning English has been transformative. It's shown me that language is more than just a tool for communication. It's a gateway to understanding, connection, and growth. If you're on your own language learning journey, remember, every small step counts. Embrace the challenges, celebrate your progress, and never stop learning. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this story and want to embark on your own path to fluency, don't forget to subscribe to Practical English Stories for more inspiring content. Join our community of learners, and together, let's unlock the power of language. See you in the next story.